Gary Mack, the longtime curator at the 6th Floor Museum at Dealey Plaza, died this morning after a brief battle with cancer. Fox 4's Richard Ray has more on a man who is known internationally for his expertise on the assassination of President John F. Kennedy.
In 1995, Fox 4 turned over all of its tapes and film from 1964 on the JFK assassination, and the other stations in town quickly followed suit to the 6th Floor Museum and the man who would become its curator.
This is the real history of what happened in Dallas that weekend. It's not someone's interpretation. This is the real thing. TV stations, of course, are in the news business, but at some point every news story becomes history, and that's when museums get interested.
Gary Mack, by his own admission, was obsessed with the hard evidence, and no one on the planet knew it better.
There was nobody that came close to what he knew.
Dave Perry, another noted JFK researcher, was among Gary's closest friends.
He was more conspiracy-oriented when I first met him, and then we would start going on these little investigative trips together.
Together, Perry and Mack would go on to debunk some 20 bogus theories, but then Gary Mack was known internationally as the go-to guy on all things JFK.
This is a huge loss for Kennedy research. Although he was with the 6th Floor, a lot of people came to him, and he knew the details. I think that's what it is. It's an unbelievable resource for everybody when it comes to the Kennedy assassination that's missing.
Gary's wife Karen told me this afternoon that he died from a rare and aggressive cancer that he was diagnosed with just last October. Karen asked that he be remembered for his passionate research, but also that there's never been a sweeter, gentler, kinder man. Gary Mack is actually an air name. He was taking it when he was a radio disc jockey. His wife Karen told me that the private man, his real name was Lawrence Duckle, would be taken back to Ohio for burial, but she expects that the 6th Floor Museum, Steve, will do some kind of a public memorial here.
Hey, Richard, reporters don't always get a chance to be friends with their subjects. I think you worked on so many projects together.
Yeah, we did. We worked on a whole series of documentaries on JFK back in the late 90s and early 2000s. I've often joked that I'm really not an expert on JFK. I just play one on TV. And Gary would be quick to add, Steve, that he was the guy that taught Rich Ray how to spell JFK. He will be truly missed by a lot of us.
Clever and very creative, too. All right, Richard Ray, thanks.